A single pet in your house could, on paper, turn into thousands of animals in a few years. Not an exaggeration, it's math. But which one? The dog asleep on the couch? The cat at the window? The hamster spinning its wheel at 3 a.m.? Ever stop to think what would happen if it got pregnant today? How many babies would come out of that? And how many after? The answer changes completely depending on the animal. And one of them hides a number so absurd scientists spent years arguing over whether it was even real. And it's not the one you're thinking of. Let's start with the calmest one. The guinea pig has small litters by rodent standards. 2 to 4 babies, sometimes 6 or 7. Sounds like nothing, right? Here's the surprise. While almost every baby animal is born blind, hairless, and helpless, the baby guinea pig shows up ready, full coat, eyes open, teeth, and within hours it's walking and nibbling solid food. It's like being born already knowing how to handle life. And there's more. The female can get pregnant again hours after giving birth. Hold on to that idea, because it's coming back in a much scarier way. Now, the most familiar one of all. How many puppies does a dog have? On average, 5 or 6, but it swings wildly with size. Small breeds have 1 or 2, big ones easily 10 or 12. And here's the detail almost nobody knows. Across many mammals, the litter tends to land near half the mother's number of nipples, as if the body calibrates how many it can feed at once. But nature loves breaking its own rules. In 2004, in the UK, a Neapolitan Mastiff made the Guinness records with a single litter of 24 puppies. 24. And if you think that number drops your jaw, hold on. The next animal fits in your hand and does something that'll leave you speechless. This one fits in the palm of your hand. One of the most efficient breeding machines you can keep at home. A Syrian hamster usually has 6 to 12 babies per litter, rarely up to 20. But the number isn't even the most impressive part. The pregnancy lasts only about 16 to 18 days, one of the shortest of any mammal. You might not even notice she was pregnant before the babies arrive. And right after, she can be ready for the next. Now, the part nobody expects. If the mother feels threatened or stressed in those first days, her instinct can drive her to end her own litter. Sounds cruel, but it isn't. It's a brutal, ancient calculation. If the environment doesn't seem safe, the body starts over later. Cold? Yes. But wait until you see what the next animal does to the math. Here's where it spirals out of control. A cat has, on average, 4 to 5 kittens per litter. Close to a dog. The problem isn't the litter, it's the frequency. She can have 2 to 3 litters a year and goes back into heat while still nursing the last one. Remember the guinea pig getting pregnant right after birth? The cat takes it further. On her own, she can produce more than 100 kittens in a lifetime. But the jaw-dropping number isn't that one. It's what happens when her kittens have kittens. Who have kittens? That's when the math stops being addition and becomes explosion. And that calculation gave birth to one of the most famous and most wrong numbers on the internet. You've probably seen it. A single female cat and her descendants can produce 420,000 cats in just 7 years. It showed up in hundreds of news reports, posters, viral posts. One problem: it's false. When journalists and biologists went looking for the origin, nobody could prove where it came from. Not even the institution it was credited to. The 420,000 figure ignores one hard reality. The vast majority of babies don't survive to reproductive age. Redo the math with real mortality rates, and it collapses. Somewhere between 100 and a few thousand over 7 years. Still exponential, but light years from 420,000. And the funny thing is, even after busting that myth, there's an animal in your house that breeds faster than the cat. A lot faster. The phrase breed like rabbits exists for a very real reason. A rabbit has 4 to 12 babies per litter, already plenty, but what makes it champion is speed. The pregnancy lasts only about 31 days, and here's the detail that ties it all together. The female can get pregnant again the same day she gives birth. Not days later, like the guinea pig, not while nursing, like the cat. The same day, raising one litter while already carrying the next. A single female rabbit produces dozens of babies a year, and within months they're breeding too. Remember the bomb of a number I promised in the hook? It doesn't come from the cat. It comes from here. And when you see the full math of just one pregnancy, it gets hard to believe it's real. So let's run the math this video promised. Picture a single female rabbit in your house. No control, ideal conditions. First litter, weeks later, another, and another. Meanwhile, the females from the first one grow up and, within months, have litters of their own. Now, multiply. Every new female repeating the cycle all at once, month after month. What started with one animal becomes 2, 10, dozens, hundreds. Not because each had a huge litter, but because they're all breeding together. That's exponential growth, and it's why loose rabbits became plagues across whole countries, like the catastrophe in Australia. That number in the thousands that sounded ridiculous? On paper, in perfect conditions, it's real. One animal, your house, a few years. But if the math is that terrifying, why isn't your home buried in babies right now? And this is the part that changes everything. Those monstrous numbers are all theoretical. They assume every baby survives, finds a mate, and breeds nonstop. Reality is far harsher. In the wild, infant mortality is enormous. And inside a home, there's the simplest reason of all. We interfere. Spaying and neutering is why you're not surrounded by 300 cats right now. That's why vets recommend fixing dogs and cats. Not to ruin the fun, but because a single unplanned pregnancy, multiplied by this math, becomes an avalanche nobody can care for. Overflowing shelters are living proof. So the bomb of a number from the hook is true and impossible at once. True in theory, impossible in practice because someone hit the pause button. And understanding who hits that button changes how you look at the little creature asleep next to you. So back to the question from the start. Which animal in your house could turn into thousands? The rabbit, not because it has the biggest litters, but because it breeds so fast the math explodes. The dog impresses with records, the cat with frequency, the hamster with speed, the guinea pig with babies born ready for life. But none turns one into thousands as fast as the rabbit. And maybe the most beautiful part is realizing what these numbers really mean. Every little creature on your couch carries a powerful engine of life, a capacity to multiply that shaped entire populations and filled pages of world records. The difference between a calm pet and an explosion of babies is almost always just one human decision. Makes you look at that sleeping animal a little differently, doesn't it? If you'd had to guess which pet has the greatest multiplying potential, would you have picked the rabbit or bet on another one? And what surprised you most about these numbers? If you enjoyed this story, subscribe. There are plenty more where this came from. See you in the next one.